late. I started on time and then realized I wasn't properly set up. So, welcome to Newsday Tuesday. I am Hannah with Handcrafted Gifts. And if you're looking at me and are worried about me, please don't be. I am just still recovering from a bit of jet lag from a recent wonderful trip. So, keeping it real. This is how I look. This is how I feel. I feel better than I look. Let's get into the news from Stampin' Up. This is going to be a big week because there's going to be a lot of news released to demonstrators, and that's one of the benefits of being a demonstrator is you get the news first. You get sneak peeks and early access and special events like on stage, which unfortunately I'm not able to attend this year, but I'm going to be watching for the posts of my fellow demonstrator friends who are going to be, I was going to say in California, but around the world at the various events in the different markets, sharing that news. But for now, I'll share with you what I know prior to that event starting in a couple days, and I'll share more when I can. But there's plenty to catch you up on from the last month. So let's get into it. Let me share my screen. All right, here we go. So first of all, today, March 10th, is the last day to subscribe for the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's always the 10th of the month because then they start billing and shipping on the 11th of the month. And this one's an extra special one. March always is because it's Paper Pumpkin's birthday. And so there's always an additional gift. And this time, like many times past, is an additional stamp set. So not just one stamp set, but two stamp sets in the March kit, which is called Fluttering Garden. And it's, as it says here in the flyer, I'm going to create charming cards with the hummingbird motif for Mother's Day and more. My last name is Byrd, so I love anything with birds, and I think these hummingbirds are really sweet and elegant. It's going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with coordinating envelopes as always. There's textured white card bases, which I think, again, will be really sophisticated. I like that simple white base look. I find it a challenge to keep it from being basic. Simple is good, basic is maybe not. But Stampin' Up, when they do that, always finds that balance. There'll be pre-cut paper pieces and sentiments, and then the coordinating colors are basic gray, which is the ink spot that'll come with it, so you can continue stamping with those couple of stamp sets I mentioned. Coastal Cabana, Early Espresso, Gorgeous Grape, Old Olive, Peach Pie, and Pretty Peacock. So definitely subscribe to that now if you're interested, and you're watching this on the 10th. If not, then check out or reach out to me to find out what the next kit is. Every month there's a new paper pumpkin that's going to be seasonal or occasion based to be relevant to the time. And then I'll also just mention that I think the Beautiful Blooms add-on dies are probably still available, which coordinated with this past quarter's kit. So January, February, and March. We'll get the sneak peeks of the next quarter's kit here soon. So a couple other kits that just became available this month are in the kits collection. There's 3, and they're a different type of kit. They're home decor, which I really like. So first of all, you can buy this Standing Clipboard Trio Kit, which I don't think you have to assemble like you would a kit, but that's for you to be able to display one of the other 2 kits that became available this March. So there's this Every Little Thing kit, and creates these little display boards that say you are loved, enjoy the little things. What if it all goes right? It's an interesting question. I am a coach in one of my part-time jobs, and asking thought-provoking questions is a big part of that. So I think that's an interesting one. So this is a $21 kit, and let's see, does it include stamping? Yes, because those sentiments we just read are the stamps. So looks like you get, what color ink spot? Does it say? The colors are Basic Beige, Cajun Craze, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. Secret Sea is the ink spot. I really like that color. That's one of our in colors right now. And so here's all the supplies to create those boards. Love the bird, of course. And then if we go back, the other one is this Radiant Reminders kit. So this one is probably not a stamping kit because you can see the price point is lower, $14. And yeah, we don't see a stamp set. So these are going to be pre-printed sentiments that say good things take time, slow down, stay in the moment. And this one is just imagery. So if you like either of those or both, you can get them to create those home decor pieces. I think they'd be great like hostess gifts or housewarming gifts, or just any day, everyday gifts for someone who you think could use that encouragement. And then also, this month, we had a new release of additional online exclusives beyond just the kits collection. All of the kits in the kits collection are online exclusives. And then every couple months we get even more. So every month we're getting, I think at least 2 kits, collection kits, obviously this time 3 or 2.5, I would count it as. But then every other month we get a whole lot of other products online as well. So you can see I've sorted this by newest. That's actually the default sort, which is helpful. And then it'll say new at the top for the ones that just released. So as always, there's all types of products from designer series paper to embellishments. I love these garden epoxy dots. I'm going to zoom in on these because look at the little flowers inside some of those. I love that. Oh, okay, good. I was worried it didn't take me back to the right place. You have stamp sets, tools like dies and punches. Pardon me. I really love this homemade sweetness suite. You're actually just seeing pieces of it here, but it's a whole suite. I just got the paper because I love designer series paper and the strawberries and dots embellishments. Something for everyone though. You've got this soccer themed set, which is also a suite. You have scrapbooking workshop kits. I love this Rolling Waves bundle. This is just the stamp set because the dies are currently sold out. But I just today set myself a notification to be emailed when the bundle is back in stock so I can get that 10% off both the stamp set and the dies by buying them together. So keep in mind that you can do that. That's helped me out a lot in the past. We've got embossing folders and specialty paper and all sorts of good things. I really enjoy the online exclusives. I think it's some of Stampin' Up's best product. New assortments of two-tone cardstock to go with one of the suites. So yeah, lots of things that I'm just going to kind of continue to scroll by here, and you can take a look on stampinup.com to see it all in detail. Let's see if there's anything else to highlight as we go through. A new alphabet stamp, which is great for scrapbooking or gifts. Let's see. I don't know what I want to do with that notification. I'm just going to get that to disappear for now. And then that's the end of the list. So lots to check out there. And then there's also a new product of the month. So every month we're getting a special product that is just $5 that you can be eligible for when you spend $75 or more before shipping and tax. And so this one is the Notes of Spring set. And you can see here it's this beautiful imagery. I love this style of kind of like almost like paint outline. Like it looks like a paintbrush because it's thicker in some places than others. These painted outlines of animals with then the distinctive stamp to color in the inside. So it's two-step stamping. You can stamp the outline and then stamp the color in without having to actually color. That's probably what they've done here with the pink rabbit. That's really cute. Yellow duck and brown deer. Or you could paint them like this little bunny looks like he's been colored in, probably not with paint, but like with, well, maybe like watercolor pencils that ends up looking like watercolor paint. Anyway, the point is it kind of looks that way with just the stamping if you want it to. And then there's some sentiments, especially for you, a little note of thanks and happiest birthday wishes. I was noticing earlier today that some of these come in multiple languages. And if we scroll down through the last couple months, you can see December is already sold out. And January's is already sold out in English. So these are only available while supplies last. You can only buy them once. But if you place, let's say you place like 2 $75 or more orders in the month, and you want to choose, let's say March's online exclusive first, but then in the next one you could choose whatever else is still available. So February's or January's in this case, as long as you don't mind French. I really loved February's. This was one of my favorites so far, this DSP. So that's the new product of the month. So when you're shopping, it will alert you as you're getting close to that and then let you know when you're eligible for it if you're interested. So those are like the new things. Some other reasons you might want to shop soon are there going to be some price changes. So with new catalogs, sometimes we get those price increases, and it's because the costs of production or like sometimes shipping costs have increased, and Stampin' Up! Protects us as demonstrators and you as customers from that as long as possible, but eventually they can't be like subsidizing the cost for us. So there are going to be price increases to the following product categories. You can see the list here, but it's a lot. It's Stampin' Cut and Emboss products. So I think that would be like dies and embossing folders and maybe the machines themselves. Heat tools, cutting and scoring blades, multi-packs, select coloring tools. So that could be, I'm guessing, I don't know, but that could be things like those watercolor pencils, Stampin' Blends, anything used for coloring. storage, select adhesives, select paper products, including envelopes, basic white note cards and envelopes, and masking paper. My favorite, designer series paper, the classic Stampin' ink pads and refills, and Stampin' blends. So, okay, they have a separate category for that. So, even though I was counting that as a coloring tool, they're specifically mentioning that, so now we know for sure. And then select embellishments, twines, and linen thread. So with that, paper pumpkin subscriptions will also see a price increase, and that's going to start with the April kit, which will be available starting tomorrow, March 11th, after the March kit has concluded its sale period. So shop now for any and all of those things that you want to stock up on or restock before those price increases go into effect. They're going to be part of the new May to August 2026 catalog, and you did hear that correctly. So instead of getting an annual catalog in May, Stampin' Up! Is changing its catalog strategy just a little bit. And instead of one annual catalog that goes, as it sounds like, for a year, and the 2 mini catalogs that go for the beginning and end quarters of the year, it's just going to be 3 mini catalogs. So there won't be overlapping catalogs. There'll be only one catalog at a time. And sorry, my screen just blinked, so you might have lost the share, but that's okay. We're just talking now. So there'll be a January to April mini catalog, a May to August mini catalog, and a September to December mini catalog. And they might not call them mini catalogs anymore because, again, there's not an annual catalog to compare that to. Everything that's available will still be in the online store. So that's like the full catalog, so to speak. But I think it really simplifies things and will keep from being confusion and allow us to keep products better stocked. As I say us, but Stampin' Up! I don't stock products, but they'll be able to, manage inventory in ways that are less disappointing to people. Not that they've been disappointing. I don't mean to say it like that. But anyway, again, the jet lag, forgive me. So it'll be good for inventory and therefore, purchasing. And it will also, allow us to keep, allow Stampin' Up! To keep product really relevant to the time and to, respond to trends and things like that. And again, just be simpler and less confusing. So a lot of us are really excited about that. I hope you are too. But that's when these new prices will show up, is when that new catalog goes live on May 5th. All right. Last thing I want to share with you is something you can't buy yet, but you might want to buy when it's available soon. And that is the next virtual album retreat. So Stampin' Up! Did their first one of these last year, and they're doing another one. It's going to be available to buy on March 18th, so in a week. And the live retreat will be April 29th to May 1st. It's a 3-day event, right? 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Yep. But you don't have to attend live. There'll be a private Facebook group where the recordings will be if you want to catch them on replay, either again or for the first time. And the price of the retreat is the price of the kit to get all the supplies, or most of the supplies, I should say. There's some things you may need, and there's an additional supply list, so you'll know what those are. But it's $250 to be able to make a 10 spread scrapbook. And you'll be working with lots of different people from the Stampin' Up! Home office, learning a lot of tips and tricks and techniques as you create that. So here you can see all the supplies you get. You get 2 stamp sets, and they're 2-part stamp sets. So there's like part 1 and 2 of Happiness is Here and part 1 and 2 of Happiness is Here alphabet. So a lot of value right there. Plus everything else like the paper and embellishments and some special things that we don't have. Like, I forget what this is called, but it's like a gold glitter pen. And so things you can only get this way. Here real quickly, actually, you're probably not seeing my screen anymore, right? Sorry about that. So let me go back. I forgot about the blink. I forgot we'd have something else to look at. So I'll go back to the things I was just showing that you couldn't see, but here are the spreads. So you can see just a quick sneak peek of what those will look like. If you follow the directions, you're obviously always welcome to go off script, so to speak. But going back, this is what we were looking at, where I was showing all the supplies with the 2-part stamp sets, and just kind of a close-up of some of the things that you'll get. So again, that's available on March 18th, the live event April 29th to May 1st, but available on replay in that private Facebook group to all who buy this kit. Okay, so now I'm going to stop my screen share after just having restarted it, and just say my usual ending things. So if you have questions or comments, please comment where you're finding this video. I'd love to connect with you there. That's why I do this so that we can communicate and inspire one another, and I can support your creativity and build community with you all. So please do that. If you're interested, like this video if you liked it. The most helpful thing you can do is subscribe and follow and share with others you think would be interested to help me grow that community. Because I only know so many people, but then you know so many people, and they know so many people. And I just want to find people who can, I guess, enjoy what I enjoy, because I love what I do and I want to share what I love. So, anyway, I think that's it. Thank you for your support, whatever you do, and I wish you